All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about the actual implosion that is happening at our beloved football club, and there are so many things to try and fit in. We were going to do like a preview tomorrow night or something like that, but we just figured it'd be much easier just to do it tonight, address everything, talk about all the madness that's happened over the last 48 hours and the things that have surprised us, Oriol, and the things that haven't quite surprised us with the inclusion of the dismissal of Will Still. But before getting to that, this show is proudly sponsored by the guys over at Happy Hot Turds. Be sure to go and check them out. This month they're offering a buy now, pay later finance so you can have the tub installed in January 2026 with zero deposit and not pay a penny until January 2027. As well as this offer, they're offering including a free annual service worth £349. Find out more online or in a showroom near you. And if you mention Matchday Vlogs, they'll give you an extra special gift too. So you definitely go and check them out. I can certainly vouch for mine. It's doing me an absolute wondrous service in these stressful times. Been a Southampton fan in those lovely hot bubbles. Anyway, you're not bothered about that. You need to move on and let's discuss the things at hand. Me and Jack have had a bit of time to sort of calm down a bit and settle. I think it was just after Saturday's game, we were a bit of a mess, weren't we? It was just a little bit kind of like disgusted. Is that a fair word to use?
Yeah, I think the sad thing is that I'm not even at a point where I think, I overreacted a bit on the weekend. Like, no, no, I overreacted correctly. I'm just more calm about those thoughts now. They're not coming at me 100 miles an hour. I'm just like, yeah, a lot of those players I could be happy not to see again. A lot of the ownership I'd be happy not to see again. A lot of people at St. Mary's I'd be happy not to see again. Just in general.
It's a real tough one because it was quite apparent. I mean, that story that broke, was it a few weeks ago, that a senior member or a club captain had voiced his concerns, which that was us. That was us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was clearly us. We said it wasn't us. It was us. And here we are a little bit later. Plenty of speculation going on about who's going to be next, but I think we ought to address the first thing. First of all, welcome to everyone in the comments section as well. It's great to have you on board. Get your comments in there now. I can see there's plenty flooding in there. So we'll get to those. And let us know where you're watching the show from. It's always fascinating to know. I think the first thing we need to address is the dismissal of Will Still. Was it justified? Was it the right decision to take?
Yes.
Yes.
It's just...
Do you have any sympathies for Will?
I mean, it was a bigger job than he could handle, and honestly, a mess of players. That's to be, I don't know quite what manager's going to come in and sort them out. But if we were a more stable side, if wasn't as much rot within the club, maybe he could have come in and done a job. I think if he goes to a slightly more settled side, something that's less, we're going to probably see him do all right in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in England before too long.
Mm-hmm.
But he can sort out this Southampton side, and it was, half of him expecting too much from the players. Maybe not a good enough man manager. He didn't seem to have like the personality that was going to come in there and shake it all up. I'm sure we're going to say his name a lot tonight, but say what you want about Russ. He did come in and pull everybody together and made it a solid unit again. And not once this season has it felt like a unit, has it?
No.
We can talk about tactics, but when it comes to man management and getting the team on side, at no point have we ever felt like that. I mean, I think we were excited in the summer that being like, Will's going to be very adaptable in his system, and we're going to see changes and be fluid. I think he came in with less of us. I think he just expected them to play football, which, to be fair, that doesn't sound like you're asking too much from a bunch of football players. But this football team, you're going to have to go, right back to basics and really screw them what they need to be doing and telling them where to be, because that's clearly the issue here.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't get it. So, I also think it could be, some of the coaching staff alongside with him. I know that quite a few people have left. So Carmarthen left and a few other people in the back room. So it seems to be a whole little reset they're doing back there.
Yeah, I think they ought to be doing that, really. I mean, obviously something's not right about that. We have seen some, I mean, there's been some sort of star of the shows in terms of players that have come in, as sort of Casper Janssen.
Yeah, but it's individual performances, isn't it?
Yeah, Sienda's look fantastic, but I think the only sympathy I can have for Will is the fact that Johan Spors was basically targeting 3 positions, and the Finnazaz addition hasn't worked out at all. The Damien Downs edition hasn't worked out at all. It's probably the worst of the lot. Kwashi's looked okay, but he's not featured in recent weeks at all. So I think I feel sorry for Will Still for those additions. But on the flip side of that, it's like 50 million quid's worth of players coming in. And there is some great talent in there. The fact that we haven't seen Aribo, Radosi, all these kind of players that are there to be used. I mean, we can say, I don't even know if some of these players were injured or ill, or whether that was just a line being used to make an excuse for their absence. So it's been quite confusing to find out what's been going on. Is your audio okay?
I think the cable's a little bit on the loose side of it. Hence why we had to go for about 4 microphones before we got on here. But yeah, it'll be all right.
Cool. Smash that like button. Help us get more mic cables.
We need more mic cables. Only I knew somebody that worked with a musical distributor. This sort of things. That'd be great. That's the best part, by the by. No, you're right. They had a whole summer to have a recruitment plan, and I can't believe I'm saying this again. We all knew what we needed about 4 years ago when Danny Ings left, and that's a goal scorer who's been in the league and knows what he's doing. And we've seen them just bad goals. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but you look at Jamie Vardy scoring in Serie A against Juventus. You're like, see,
I know, right?
Just even it doesn't matter what age they are, they can do the job. And just finding someone who can just score goals no matter what. And to think Damien Downs is what they got, and also at the back, goalkeeper. I mean, he sat on the bench in Newcastle. Surely in January we can just have a word and be like, listen, you're not getting game time. You might as well just come back.
Yeah, once he figures out he's not going to the World Cup and
exactly, and it's just hard to watch a team of where the holes are, what the issues are, and you've once again just completely missed out on it.
Yeah,
it's just outrageous that they can think, oh yeah, the key issues are so in the middle of the park, see a centre back that also isn't going to be good enough. It's just head scratching.
You made a comment actually after the game about in terms of get rid of a lot of them. There's a comment here saying, serious question, why can't you sack players? Truth is, you can terminate a contract, but that's very expensive to do for multiple players. So it's very, very rare that does indeed happen, because of course if they've got a 3-year deal, then you have to basically pay them up for the rest of the deal, which could be into the multi-millions just for one player alone. So it's it's possible. A part of me kind of wants to have a call with my HR tomorrow and be like, listen, if I wasn't doing this, and this in my job, how many times would I to do it before I got fired? Because surely at a certain point, in terms of gross misconduct,
exactly. Well, there must be a point of if your performance isn't good enough, we can terminate a contract. No win, no fee. I look at there are players on that pitch. I'm just like, I don't want to see you again. Teo Harbellis, don't want to see him again. I know people say Flynn Downs didn't have too bad a game. I think he's been rubbish all season, and that little bit of a performance on the weekend doesn't change anything. I'm still pretty livid at Wood. I don't even think the apology was that great.
Yeah, I heard a lot about it. I mean, I put something out on Twitter or X or whatever it's called in regards to I get it. You get a reaction like that from the fans, then it's going to be tough. But you cannot respond like that, and he's going to know that. Surely he knows that, and I understand from someone saying it was apparently one drunk fan that was just going at it. But then I saw a video of him doing a similar thing towards the Northern Wall, and so I'm thinking well, what was he doing? I mean, these players obviously need to spend more time in training, and they're going to be spending half their time on media training by the looks of it. But it's not good. They can't do that.
It feels like an etiquette coach who's just coming and be like, listen, this is how you act like normal people, you overpaid morons. Let's get this sorted. Take your ego out and let's get back to basics, because it's just there. I couldn't believe some of the attitudes after the game. It's just outrageous. It's so bad. So bad. And granted, the crowd of the day was pretty hostile. But as we said in the game, that we could all see it coming before the team could. You know, the moment that the Spurs out chance started was 2 minutes before we conceded the goal, because you just see them just shrinking and just going back inside themselves. You think, yeah, this is why the crowd are turning, and then 2 minutes later the goal goes in. And then when the other goal goes in, what me and you were literally doing at that point, saying they're going to score in a second because they are, and then it happens.
They're giving up.
Yeah, it's just, it's so like, you know, all the other things you could do on your Saturday, all the other things you could be doing in your life, and it's like, oh, why am I here?
Why?
But fair play, 27,000 strong. I get the fact that we're still getting that many people in the stadium. It's outrageous. The fact, home and away, the support has been amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, like you said, the average attendance, and also the fact that tomorrow night's game sold out with like maybe 10 aways to go. So it was. I mean, it's just unreal that's just happening. So while we're talking about the potentials, as anyone, I mean, I think that talking about the elephant in the room, the odds-on favourite is Russell Martin. I don't believe this for 1 second.
No,
not 1 second. Like, the only thing I think that's going on here is like there's some people out there with some gambling problems, and they're just basically putting a few bets on Russell Martin going back to Southampton, and that's where the odds are dropping. That's the only thing I can imagine. Yes, the players are in favour of it, but I think that's more like we were discussing off air before we jumped on. I think that's more of a case of they would just be open. I don't think they're pushing for it. If they are, I'm even more furious. But
there's a part of me that thinks, you know what you just said about, you know, there was a club that where the club captain came out and said that they weren't happy with their manager, and it's like, oh, that's probably us. And it definitely is us. Part of me now thinks that's also Jack Stever going, oh, me and like 4 of the other lads would love Russell Martin to come back. I think that will change it. And it's like, I just saw a comment saying Jack's trying really hard not to swear, and that is the truth. That is the God's honest truth. It's just like, no, get stuffed. I could see them being babies and whining to somebody being like, oh, if Russell came back, it'd be all better.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic. I would be amazed if that was the case, and I'd be, like I said, even more disgusted by it. A few others in the mix. I've seen Carrick's in there. I think Gary O'Neill was the one that I thought was most shocking because, of course, the connections to a certain blue half of Hampshire.
Yeah, I also read today that he's turned down Wolves again, so that's why he's kind of come back again. But I don't see that happening. You can't do it. You just can't do it.
No.
He won't have any grace period to be like, no, you need to win straight away and win well.
Yeah, and I think the others, I can't see Brendan Rodgers because I think he probably want more of a project that was perhaps in a more stable position because he's one to drag his heels if it's not going well. Look what he did at Leicester, really. So yeah, really. I mean, is the other chat. I mean, a certain Mr. Hasenhüttl was in the stands at the Bristol City away game. A lot of people talking about his potential return. Any feelings on that, Jack?
I mean,
it's a bit of one of those things that if you mention Ralph's name, you're like, whoa, fan base.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
I think the funny thing is about Ralph is that a bit like Puel, he'll be remembered more fondly because of what came afterwards.
Yeah,
you know, he did keep us in the league. He did get a performance out of nothing, and we did let him go that season where he was backed, but not really backed. And I love Ralph. Even with 2-9-0s, I still love Ralph. And when he was in the crowd the other week, I was like, oh, that is exciting to see him anywhere near what we're doing. But he must have been at that game going, nope, I ain't going back there yet. No. Like, he looks so. Do you know how much of a wreck he looked after he finished with us, and the fact that he took was it, almost a year out of management just to find why would he come jump back into the fire again? I have no. I don't think he would. I mean, I'd like it. I think he'd do something with his team, and especially with they're saying that if Ori's coming back, you know they didn't get on that very well towards the end. I mean, Ori was sort of like didn't really get a goodbye game, or he was quite ostracized by the end of it, his time here. So who knows? But I don't think it will happen.
No, I don't think it will happen either. I think Ralph gets a bad rep because he wasn't backed, and I think he was failed by the ownership of the club. Similarly to how most of the management recently has been failed by the club through naiveness and thinking like, oh, we don't really need this. Oh, yes, you do need this. And the departure of Danny Ings, I think, probably put a nail in the coffin for Ralph, really, because let's face it, Danny Ings is our last out and out striker that we've actually had at this club.
Yeah.
So
Performing, I get, you give Shea Adams some props.
yeah, okay, I will a little bit, but
You'd love him this year. You'd love it if he was here.
I would. I think Ralph would absolutely love the youth talent that we have, but I just
be a bit annoyed that a few of them are gone.
Yeah, a few of them are gone, but you look at Jay Robinson and what he do with that sort of player. I mean, Ralph playing his 4-2-2-2, grinding players into the ground, that high press. I mean, when it was good, it was pretty good to watch. And let's not forget he did take us to the top of the Premier League table. But he did have his faults, and we lost 9-0 twice under him. So yeah, but yeah. I think it's irrelevant. I don't think it's happening at all. So it's a moot point. But I just think he just gets a bit of a hard rap, really.
Yeah, I think it's because at that point when he left, he thought it can't get any worse than this, and it turns out it can get way worse. He should have gone early. He shouldn't have had that summer. He should have gone, and we should have rebuilt from the start of that season. And that's kind of it's been the tumble ever since.
So I just laughed at Football Martin's comment. How are we doing, Martin? Hope you're doing well, mate. Great to have you on the show. Martin and Ralph won't happen. More chance of Mike and Jack getting the job with myself as goalkeeping coach. Hey,
I reckon we can do it.
Make the numbers work,
Martin, you tell me that wouldn't be a good channel if we took over, I don't know. so the Dog and Duck FC. I think that would rock.
That'd be quite something.
Is there names that you've seen that you're excited about, or something that you a long shot that you like?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I think on Saturday when we mentioned about the rot at the club and how if we got rid of Will and got in someone like a Stevie G and then just continue as normal, but I think honestly, I don't think it can get much worse than it already is with anyone in there. I think names that I've kind of like maybe Liam Rosenior. I like the idea of Mark Robbins. There's a comment here from someone here saying about Mark Robbins. So I think that's a good shout. I'm just not sure those sorts of managers will depart from where they are with the success they've got. You look at a Frank Lampard and you say, well, why would he? He came so close to going up last season. What would be the interest of
yeah, I know. I don't see that happening at all. I think that's just a crazy very first name that you hear that the club have been like, we might maybe we'd like something like this, but we're never getting that. I quite like the idea of I've seen Patrick Vieira a few times. That would excite me. He was at Genoa with Spurs. Tonda Eckhart was his assistant manager at Genoa.
Okay.
So, there's connections there. And also, I feel like he's one of those names that could come in and be like, right, I'm Patrick Vieira. Stop it. Yeah. And I quite imagine, like, in the space of a week, like, you get Ori and Vieira come in. And the people that are acting that must be like, oh, okay, well, we can't really talk no more.
Yeah.
So that'd be something that would excite me. I think that's somewhat in the region of it.
Yeah, it's possible. What have you made?
I don't think he was that bad at Palace either. I think he got fired just before they had that really nice run of games.
Yeah,
like he had a really tough run of games at Villa. At Crystal Palace, and then just as his sort of not easy streak, but the winnable patch came in, he was gone. And was that when Roy came back?
Was it Glasner? Was it Glasner straight in for that?
It was somebody, I can't remember, but they had a nice like purple patch. But it was like I feel maybe Vieira could have done that. But that's the only name that's kind of I've been like, oh, that would entertain me. But I think there's so many like Mark Robbins. I don't know what it is because I think I'm being petty. I think I'm being like, oh, championship managers, Tony Mowbray. Oh, do we have to?
Yeah, I'm not particularly interested with that. What about the under-21s coach?
I mean, well, listen, I thought they looked pretty good. This is so weird. They would look really good against Real Madrid last week. They put a
Liverpool tonight.
A really good performance. I think it worked. But the problem with this team is that they need, they need that figurehead. They need somebody who they can't argue with, and somebody that they can't down tools for very quickly. And I think when they've had Ivan, it was that same sort of thing. They didn't respect it and they went out the door quickly. And then Will, I think the same sort of thing. I think if you get a young up and coming manager that hasn't been deep in the game or hasn't got a few things in their back pocket, be like, listen, I did this. Like, Carrick's got all the stuff with United and Spurs. There's the caliber there, and I just feel like if you bringing him up, who knows? We might have a few games where the purple patch gets in, and the players like, actually, we really like this guy, but then they really like Ruben Selles. So,
yeah. I mean, I think we're kind of sort of dancing around an elephant in the room, and that is the fact of this man here is ultimately in charge of finding and appointing the new gaffer of Southampton Football Club. I mean, how confident are you that we can do it? Bearing in mind that, I mean, okay, Johan came on board only recently, but Sports Republic have hired a whole host of managers which have completely varying and random styles. That there's zero direction in the style of play that they want to be doing. So, are we feeling confident with Johan making the decision going into the German league to have a look around, see what we can find?
With Johan, I try to play a little bit of devil's advocate because he's not been here for that long, and there's no way he could know how blooming awful it was coming into it, given that he sort of came in on the back of a championship campaign, and we've not really had any stability in that kind of in that role for a while. Wilcox came and went pretty quick. Everything that's happened before that was not great. We're letting Rasmus do it, so I feel like everyone gets one, and Spurs has had a horrific window, but he kind of had a horrific January as well. But how much could you have really done January last year?
Right. Yeah. With where we were. Yeah.
Yeah. So this previous window has been terrible. But if you've done a bad job at work, Mike, you're like, all right, want to know what to do next time? I won't do that again. I should probably get that thing everyone told me to do. But for me, this manager, this appointment is really important because it can be, a bit of a make or break for the season. If he goes after somebody else that's all data, I'll be honest, when I keep reading Spurs' data-driven, research, I'm like, God, get stuff, just get a good manager, use your eyes, look around you, like let's just do it. But I just don't see it happening.
No,
I think we know Latiz, mate. Give him a call and get him to call Xavi. He's free. He's free.
Is Xavi free at the moment?
Xavi's free. He's not working. He's not at Barcelona anymore, is he? Get him down.
Can you imagine?
That team that you loved watching as a kid.
We'll get you one more signed Latiz shirt. We'll get you a whole bunch of them.
You can
just come and have a chat. Just come and have a chat. See what you think.
Will be your assistant manager. He said that quite outly on his ex.
That would be unreal. Absolutely unreal. I don't think Matt would go anywhere near management, if I'm brutally honest. But never say never. Never say never. Lots of other mentions here. I did actually have a title for this show to put on there because it was technically a preview show. I was just going to put this Saints versus Oblivion, but who knows?
Yeah, are we talking about QPR at the game at the weekend, or we just?
I don't think it's even relevant, really, is it? It's just like QPR are suddenly fearing the bounce, and it's just like, guys, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let us know if you'll go into that game as well in the comment section. I'm curious to know because they only had like 1,700 tickets, something like that, because it's just the top tier, the narrowest gantry that there is in the football league. I believe it's. I think my shed's wider. Genuinely, I think my shed is wider than the under the. What's it called?
I do think
behind the stand. Gantry. Is it gantry? Got that right?
The stanchion?
I don't know. The bit where you get an overpriced pint and
the concourse.
Snack. Concourse, thank you. Concourse. There we go.
Difficult, these words, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does know the offside rules now, though, so that's good.
From a throw-in, is it still from a throw-in? No.
Well, the funny thing about that QPR away end is that because it is the top tier, they will be the most miserable football fans in all the UK because they are the most diehard Southampton home and away fans. Like they are the saddest people on earth. If you see a Southampton fan in and around QPR this in the middle of the week, buy them a drink, shake their hand, make sure they're okay, give them a blanket. Please just look after us for a little while. It's fragile.
They have the thickest of skins, but my goodness, they need all the support they can get. But yes, should we talk about something that's a bit more positive, which is
go on then.
Hasn't been announced just yet, but I have the news here, and no, I can't officially say anything. Wouldn't that be something?
Imagine if he walked out from behind you. I wouldn't put it past you. Have I just got a little notification, mate? Now just from hey, guess who it is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be there in 5. It's the return of probably the fan favourite, the last big fan favourite, which is Romeu, coming. Is he actually coming on a free? Because I did see this as like, what was that, £4 million from Wolves thing going on? Or was that as something he turned down?
And probably something he's turned down because he turned down probably Wolves. He turned down the MLS and I think Asia or something. Probably turned down Saudi leagues or something like that. He's our boy. You know, he left for family reasons, but after a while he realised the only family he really needs is Southampton.
Because he went down to, was it Girona? And then
he went back home and then to Barcelona.
So well, he ended up in the Barca squad, which I was so happy for him. I think that's just like the most amazing story to go back home, you know, perform so well. You get called up to play for Barcelona.
No, now he's coming back home.
And now he's come back home to play in the fantastic red and white. I'm really pleased with this. I think there are players. I mean, you look at Granit Xhaka, who's playing at Sunderland at the age of 34, and you think, like, why not? You know, Oriol Romeu coming back into the Southampton squad in the Championship, not even in the Premier League. I'm sure he'll probably take a couple of weeks to get up to match fitness, so I don't think we'll see him feature in either of the 2 up-and-coming games. But it's a great window for him during the international break as well to get up to match fitness. But I think this is such a shrewd move by Sports Pro as well. It's like you think you can just sign Ori and we forget about. Is he going to wear number 6? Yeah, go on. Yeah,
there was a part of me that was just like, well, why didn't this happen in the summer?
Yeah.
If I'm being a little bit pedantic, I'm like, well, we could have done this in the summer, and we were all calling out for it already.
Yeah.
Why not get it done? But the fact that he's coming back is just, it's the first time I felt good for a long time. I'm like, oh, some good news, and it's the best news as well. It's the boy, he's back. And if you think of everything this team's kind of missing, especially even with just injuries right now, you know, having Shea Charles go out, you're like, oh, for God's sake, Downs, you never know whether he's going to be ill or not. And it's like, wow, I bet he's going to be less ill now because Ori's going to be dragging him out of the house every day. I'd like Ori to be doing like pickup for training. I think we should give him a bus and make him go to everybody's house.
Yeah,
make sure.
That's that guy on The Hangover. We always got that line. But did you die? Did you die? Yeah. So I think that's going to be Ori in every single physio room. Get up.
And I've been watching so many highlights. Do you remember the guy? I can't know who it was against. Where I just still can't tell how he volleyed it, but he seemed
Norwich.
Just karate kick through the air, and it seemed to go. The ball went 100 miles an hour just by touching it. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it's just the best, isn't he?
It's brilliant, and I think this chant is going to hit so hard when we're back at St Mary's. Can you imagine? Absolutely imagine, like a whole stadium singing Oreo. It's absolutely brilliant. So so it's great to see him. It's yet to be officially done and dusted, but I understand that the medical's all done, and I'm sure they spent all of the day doing lots of media stuff so they can have a nice big presentation. Go out tomorrow to get the feel-good factor for those ready for the QPR game tomorrow evening. But yeah, I don't think there's anyone else we can get on a free transfer that's out there. I mean, do you
Nathan
see
Redmond?
Is he actually out and about now? Or was he?
Yeah, he contract? I can't remember where he went in the summer. It was the same as Dan. He won it, and no one picked him up.
he went to Burnley, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, and then
Danny Ings is at Sheffield United now. Have I got that right?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they might have trained together in the summer. So I can't remember. But I think Redmond's free. I keep seeing Emmanuel Dennis on the list. I thought he was all right when he was at Watford. I thought he was a pretty good player, a decent striker. Maybe that could be somebody would look at. But you never know. We might get to January. I mean, January is just around the corner now. It's a few games away.
It is.
And you never know. They might be like lining somebody amazing up for January, knowing exactly what they need.
Yeah.
If I hear Armando Broja's name one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to throw something. I think I'd like to see Josh Sargent come in. He's missed a few sitters this season, but he's already scored 5 or 6 goals, so he's a baller. And, maybe him and Downs, 2 Americans together. We might actually see a bit of business come out of Downs. That might be good.
Yeah, it's true. I think there's a lot to be said for. I mean, let's not forget we got Cam Archer.
Oh yeah, the Ox. Yeah, the Oxlade-Chamberlain is a free agent right now as well.
Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain. But I honestly think we've got some players in our squad that are just literally waiting to explode, and I think just with the right kind of direction that we could see some absolute gems in that squad.
So when Yanda hit the crossbar, there's an amazing save on the weekend. When you look back, it is so good, but. I felt so bad for him. So, yeah, it would have been in front of that wall, just turn the game on a little bit and light something up. It would have been amazing. They're just waiting for it to click.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a comment here. JB Rose talking about, I'm guessing Oriol's tackle against Leeds. I think that was the most amazing tackle I've probably ever seen, and to do that in the penalty area as well, and be the last man to do it. Like that is. Balls of steel to do that kind of tackle there and get it right. It's absolutely fantastic. So, but yeah, it's that kind of bravery that you need when you're in situations like that. So it's can only be a positive. But let us know in the comments section. I see we've got 207 in the room at the moment. Be sure to smash that like button because it really does help the channel out. So if you just do that, it's free to do so. But let us know who your choice for manager is next. And whether or not you have confidence in Sports Republic to put things in place. Whilst we're talking about the ownership of the club, I think you made a comment actually on the video of the weekend that was kind of interesting. The fact that you don't really have a problem with Dragan. It's just the people that he's employed. But I guess the buck kind of does stop with him. But he's trusting his money with other people. Yeah. You put it so nicely, Jack. So nicely.
Yeah. But, when Sports Republic thing kicks off, it is very much Rasmus and the other one, whose name, going to Dragon saying, listen, this is what we want to start. This is a multi-club agency, and it was their idea. He's like, you know what? I'm going to invest in this. Great. And very quickly, he's realized, oh, dear Lord, these people don't know what they're doing, especially for this club in particular. The other clubs are doing all right because they're doing fine. Be nice to benefit from something like that soon. But he has stepped in and he has said a lot of things that I'm like, yeah, I get, if he's like, if it's really bad, I'll put it up for sale. And yeah, I don't think, I was arguing with like somebody on Twitter about it. It's like the DAO, the fan zone, level 1, you might think they're annoying. First, but making those doesn't mean we lose money on signing players. In fact, it's the opposite. It makes us generate money so we can buy players. And if we were to sell tomorrow, if the best ownership in the world came in, whoever you personally think would be the ownership that you want, whether it's homegrown, oil money, whatever you want, they will want those things there. They will want the DAO bar. They will want level 1. They will want the fan zone because they want revenue. There's no other team in the league, really that has those sort of facilities.
Yeah,
and I think they're great. And people are like, I was just thinking, what was there? Phil Parsons gets off scot-free. What's Phil done? Phil opens these kind of things. His whole thing is to generate revenue on a match day and revenue into the club, and that is what he has done. You could be upset about, I don't know, price of season tickets, but given the fact we'll be playing League One next year, but they're cheap, so who cares about that? Phil's job is to do that kind of stuff. You can blame all the other ones. The one thing that Southampton are doing quite well are those things.
Off the pitch revenue.
Yeah, if you go to the DAO bar on a match day, you can't get in there. It's jam-packed. You telling me you don't prefer Asahi over Kingsfisher? You're lying. Okay, there are things that aren't right. You may have seen my video of the beer trying to be poured this weekend at the personless beer pourer station. It was awful. terrible.
Yeah.
Gabbiadini's pizza, absolutely awful compared to that pizza that we had in Bristol. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there are other things outside of that. So
Yeah.
I don't think Phil's really the problem. Is he great? I can't give you an opinion.
Sounds like we get freebies off Phil.
Uncle Phil.
We got freebies off other people, not even associated with the club. But not directly off Phil. But yeah.
What are you on about? He pays for this channel. He bought those headphones.
Darn it, Jack.
See that ironing board back there?
For Wish. You gave me a voucher for Wish and Teaming.
That ironing board back there, that was from Phil. Extension socket, that was from Phil. He's real good to us.
Yeah, absolutely. That it's but yeah, it does help with things like FFP and enable us to spend money. I mean, even with what we've spent recently over the last few seasons, it's always been tight in regards to the legalities of what we're doing. I mean, tell that to a Leicester City, but you know, they have done things right in that kind of sense. They are investing the money, but it's just a case of they're investing it in perhaps the wrong areas, and just all these managerial changes, really expensive to do. And when you're a club like Southampton, you don't have the abundance of funds to have that kind of luxury, and I think that's the most frustrating thing. And of course, it's the direction of appointments that I think is most worrying. It's the fact that we're going. Yeah, it's absolutely aimless. It's going this way, and then it's going this way, and then it's no, it's all the way that way, all the way. And these to have some sympathy for the players. It's just like, I keep the ball. I don't want the ball. That way. It must be utterly bamboozling. I mean, the amount of times you make a managerial change and then have to change your style of play that dramatically is. I'm having sympathy for the players here.
Yeah.
You need to help me out here, Jack. That's not good. But you see my point. You see my point.
No, I do. That it's directionless, but it's also overcorrecting for your own mistakes. There doesn't seem to be a sensible adult there who's run a football club before.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you get that from somebody, but I'd like that to come in really. And it's those people, isn't it? It's that data driven, like just use your eyes sometimes. Just get somebody with footballing knowledge in that on paper, right, may not be the best person in the world, but they've been in the game long enough to understand what it takes to just keep a club moving.
Yeah.
People laughed at me this summer when I said, "Oh, I'd like Dyche." But he will go in and do somewhat of a job. Okay, not going so well at Nottingham Forest so far, but at least
turn around a little bit.
He's turned around a little bit, and over time, I can see something happening. You just want somebody, bit of Brexit ball, bit of 4-4-2. Just don't think about holding the ball. Just think about playing football.
Yeah. Coming here from Martin as well. It's time Dragon and Phil gave Matchday Vlogs in an interview. I'll get more views on the main media outlets and around the club, so they should speak with us. Hey, I'm down for it. I'd like to see a gloves off Jack in a room with Dragon and Phil. I think Dragon might be.
We'd have to make a special channel for that.
I have to set up Jack's channel so that we don't get completely cancelled. No, I think it'd be an interesting discussion.
I still think Matchday Vlogs After Dark, the very specific unmonetized channel that only has a few uploads when we're really angry, would be great.
the extra dark side of the channel, but it'd be fascinating to see what they come out. I think I'd like to see more. I mean, I guess they're yet to make a complete decision, but I think I'd like to see a bit more of a statement come out from the ownership of the club as to. I think they have to. I think they have to sort of put forward a direction, an apology, whatever it is, but they have to provide a clear perspective for what they want to do, because this is feeling hit and hope, isn't it? It's feeling like
what you're saying is bring the pins back.
Bring the pins back. Oh, the pin badges.
Yeah, pin badges. If everybody next game gets a pin badge, I think most of us will kind of forgive and forget. Maybe a scarf, a pin on a scarf. I think that would really help things.
I've got his name escapes me now. Is it Chris? It's Chris, isn't it? Who made that point in the fans forum, and I still think his point is valid. The fact that the season ticket holders being rinsed week in week out. I think the pin theme is normal, but I have in my bag, Chris, if you're watching, I have in my bag the Saint Pompey pin that we got in the hospitality. Come find me. It's yours. It's in my bag, ready to go. So
have you not mentioned that hospitality suite again? Thank you. We got it in a room at the club.
Yes, we did. We did indeed.
We're the worst people.
Oh, look at this. We've got a new member of the channel. Thank you so much, David Stowe, 7037 member of the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate that. Details of how to become a member somewhere around this screen that you can see. But you get extra shout outs and some extra bits as well. So thank you so much for the support. There we go. Someone else saying one though. No, it's Chris's. It's Chris's
pin. If you want it, know somebody in corporate hospitality.
Because I have another one, and it's just reminding me of the dullest derby ever existed.
I think that's why it's fun to keep it. See this game? It's the worst game ever. Yeah. I've got a pin from it.
Commemorative of it. Someone saying they would like Carsley. Is Lee Carsley still with the England under 21s? Is it still he is? Sorry, I put you on the spot.
I don't know
Jack.
really where he's at. Yes, who knows where he is? I know Martin O'Neill wasn't free.
No,
that is hilarious. I couldn't believe it. Oh, that was crispy too.
Like that soft drink. It's a weekday. Behave.
He's still with the under 21s.
Soft drink brands are available.
But that's our favourite one. So we are Pepsi boys.
Oh wait. Yeah, mate, it's whatever's on sale in Tesco's. Other supermarkets are available.
I paid £15 for a crate of root beer this week. I'm very excited about it. But I'm also very upset by the fact that I've had to pay that kind of money for it. England, just bring root beer and Dr. Pepper as your normal day-to-days, please.
It is.
But yeah, mate, it's hard. It's hard times on it. I was struggling after I left you last time. We sort of split off and like walking back. It's like, oh, I'm just so livid. If it wasn't for the slim chickens afterwards, I think I would have punched a wall.
Yeah, it was. Oh, you got a nice dinner on the way back. Oh, okay.
I did. I almost walked through town thinking like go like cause I didn't have a shirt on. I was wearing my civilian clothes on Saturday.
I thought you literally took your shirt off and were walking through the town.
I went
like a Newcastle fan.
No, I went civilian mode afterwards, and I thought this is fine. And I remembered I bought Astor their first Saint shirt on the weekend. I was like, oh no, I'm holding the bag, aren't I? Can I just want to throw it away? But I will say the funniest thing is after the game, because we do what couples do. We went to IKEA. The amount of sad Southampton fans, the sad blokes that have not only just seen that, but now have to walk around IKEA. I thought at least I'm not wearing that shirt and having to make sad eyes.
Yeah. I went back into the club shop to try and get one of those pink shirts for a tenner, but I think they only had a 5XL left, and it was just
you didn't get it for me.
So I wanted to get one of them for one of my girls, but don't give the club your money. I guess that we should. Are we protesting?
Don't give them the money. Don't go to a game and don't buy a beer.
Do you think that will happen? Do you think we'll see a result?
Mean, it'll
depends how bad it gets, of course.
Yeah, it depends how bad it gets, really. I think by the end of this season, if we're not back into sort of playoff spots or near and nearabouts after Christmas, or maybe closer to the end of the season, I think you'll start really feel the ruckus come in.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe by the time the playoff finals happen, it'll be like West Brom outside again, but just to get the board out.
Yeah.
But we saw how long it took to sell this club last time when they were a Premier League side and they had assets. And now we're a Championship side where the player assets are minimal. There are a few things in there, but we've got the fans and we've got those revenue sources. So maybe what we lack in Premier League division, we get back. But I don't think Dragon will get his money back.
No.
I think it's probably more likely he'd look for investors and people to take over the day-to-day running and still have ownership of it. I think there's no getting rid of Dragon for a while. And again, I don't think that's the worst thing. Like I said, I like Dragon. He's willing to put the money in and run this club responsibly and get those revenue sources in. It's just somebody who knows football come in and run the football, because that's the most important thing here.
Yeah. And he's come out and he's spoken to the press over the summer. He's been quite vocal on that.
Well, he's talked to us and Martin, did he? So did he really talk to the press?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Phone's still not ringing.
I didn't see our invite. I don't mind a few rounds of golf, can't play, but I don't mind a few rounds. We'd give it a go.
Yeah. A few rounds of golf in level 1. That would be about my extent of golf.
In fact, I'd quite love that. If someone is like, right, you can interview Dragon, but you have to go and run the level 1 golf course, and every other hole has to be something about level 1. I think, okay, well, that's a really funny way of doing it. Yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah, but I think you're right.
We could cop, bad cop it. Yeah,
we could. You could do all the tough ones, and I do all the nice questions. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I don't think there's any kind of like vision of that he's going to sell, because it's just the wrong time to sell where it is. I mean, the concern I have for the club itself is the fact that the longer you're out of the top flight, the less kind of exposed you are. Yeah, exactly. The kind of exposure to the world audience to build up your reputation. I mean, you look at what Bournemouth are doing now. The stadium investments they're going to be doing, and they're about to change their stadium over the course of the next 2 years to be 17,000 capacity, something like that. Mm-hmm. Which we can all laugh at and say, well, it's not a 32,000 seater stadium, but it's still going to basically make them more of a global presence and be more of a visual presence for a club on the south coast. So, how many more Blue Half fans have there been since over the last 10, 15 years? It's just not the same kind of meteoric rise that you're going to get when you're in the Premier League. So it's that kind of like drift off into obscurity, and to think like, okay, well, you look at someone like a Preston North End who we played at the weekend and see that they had 1,000 on the road travelling to watch them at St Mary's Stadium. It's like, these things have an impact. If you're out of the top flight for a long period of time, it affects your pool and affects your turnout. So it's tough.
Yeah, it is. I will say the best atmosphere that I've really had at St Mary's this season was that under-21s game against Madrid. It was a real vibe that night. So if it does get to a point where it's only 11,000 people there, at least I'll have a nice time.
A whole kind of underdog thing.
Felt like a non-league game. It was quite nice, actually.
Yeah. Well, looking at the very top, I think we've pretty much covered everything, unless there's something else you wanted to delve into.
Not swearing.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of things to discuss in the coming days. I'm going to leave this studio is always set up, just the other live room that I always have to sort of build and stuff. So we may be jumping on a bit more frequently, just on the odd 5-10 minute catch up for things that are very going to be evolving when they announce whoever the new manager is going to be of Southampton Football Club. I might jump on tomorrow night after the game to see how it goes. Whether that's with Jack or Jack.
I thought you had an invite.
I don't know yet, do I? So mate,
all I'm saying, guys, is if Mike does go to the game tomorrow, I've been replaced. It's official.
It's lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. Jack's gone off with Wayne Bridge to have a pint in somewhere. And
me and Chris Miles are going to go and tandem bike him. It's either that or I'm going to go abseiling with Fabrice Fernandez. I'm not quite decided yet. It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, I really wanted to do QPR away, and I was really disappointed when it sold out, because I quite like the small little grounds.
Yeah, so do I. I like a trip out to London with you. It's always nice, isn't it? A little bit of brewdog in the morning, it's lunch in the afternoon.
Is this a good time to tell you that I got Charlton away tickets?
Did you?
I may have done.
Nice. I take it your other friends being invited. I assume that's why I wasn't told that.
No, they're for you. It's for you.
Of course. Like, thank you very much.
Okay. I think I
I'll
might
check-
drive
I'll-
it.
I'll
Train
check
strikes at the moment.
Check if I'm free.
I guess we're gonna have a tiff live on air, aren't we? Oh my goodness.
People need this kind of content, mate. Everyone's too friendly on the other channels. They're all agreeing in their dismay. We should break up over it.
Oh, Mark started us off already. Look, he's going to do the score prediction. Should we do it? Let's end the show on a score prediction for tomorrow night. Not that it makes any difference, but Jack, what are you going to go for tomorrow? How do you see tomorrow's game going? If you have any idea what's going on.
5-3 Southampton.
Jack is back. Jack is back. He's been gone far too long, but Jack is back.
Where went up? 5-3. 5-3 Southampton.
5-3 Southampton.
You don't get that on the Total Saints pod. Pessimists.
Yeah, you're going 5-3, so I'm not going to say 2-1 again. I'm bored of saying 2-1, even though it's statistically probably the most accurate score prediction you can give. It's going to shock us all. 3-0 Saints.
This channel's stupid.
Clean sheet.
I wouldn't watch it.
Let's see what else we got. Of course, Mark was in first. He started this whole thing off, to be honest with you. He's gone for a 2-0 Saints. Okay, he's going for a 1-1. Look at this. Glenn McGrath is going for, New Zealand Paul's going for a 5-0. Loving that. Unfortunately, someone's gone for a 2-0 QPR. Martin's rightly pointing out, win the next two and they give the manager to this under 21's guy. I think you're probably right there. Just got to be careful what you feel.
And we're going to interview him this time, Martin, not you. All right. Look what you did to the last one.
Someone's going for 1-0 QPR. Someone's going for a 1-0 Saints. Last minute lucky guy. I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen, really. But someone's gone for a 9-1 Southampton.
Good. These are the score lines that we need.
Yeah. A 0-0. That's just to wind you up, Jack. I bet someone just put that in to wind you up. He's going for a 2-1 to QPR. Oriol hat-trick. Can you imagine? 3-0 Saints.
Off the bench too.
Yeah, Dan's going for a 2-1 Saints. And now we're just getting what score updates from other things going on. Of course, there's plenty of football going on. And it's not the reason why I started this show at 7:15, so we could watch the football after. Not at all, honestly. But it was a consideration. The Chapel Insight's going for a 1-1. There we go. And Martin's loving your comment, by the way. Lovely stuff. We'll have to sort that out soon. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Right. There it is. Thank you so much for everyone for jumping on this live broadcast to just for us to, I guess, vent in regards to what's going on. We have the bad news, of course, that we don't really know who our next manager is, but we've had the great news that this fella is returning, which is making us all feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So there's some good with the current bad, but thank you so much for joining us. There'll be more stuff coming soon, but as always, remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Go and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, see ya.